as it's kind of hit the headlines today, Vince Wilfork, who was a long-time NFL defensive tackle. I played against him a couple of times. Vince Wilfork, multiple Super Bowl championships with the New England Patriots. His son has been arrested for stealing his Super Bowl rings and selling them. I mean, if you're going to steal your pop Super Bowl rings to sell them, I mean, you've got to be in a pretty desperate spot. But why would you be in a desperate spot when your pops is a Super Bowl champ? I think, obviously, there's probably things going on below the surface that are going to kind of reveal some information in regards to what Vince Wilfork's son is actually going through. But let's take a look at the article. And this is coming from Bleacher Report. And, you know, I mean, I was perplexed when I saw this. I actually saw this story originally through a couple of my former teammates from Jacksonville. We got a group text where we just kind of chop it up and talk about random stuff. And this link came flying in that was talking about the whole situation with Vince Wilfork. So let's go through this article. It's not very long, but I do want to talk about it because I think that there is definitely it's bizarre. It's bizarre, but you know, there's a little bit of irony to it. Let's check it out. It says Vince Wilfork's son arrested, allegedly stole father's Patriots Super Bowl rings. And that's Vince Wilfork. For those of you who do not necessarily know who he is, he's a defensive tackle. Played the majority of his years in New England. I played against the guy. He's a good player. You know, he's a nose tackle, the truest form of nose tackle that you would see in the NFL. Pure over the center in a 3-4 nose. He's a 0 nose, as we would call him in football. And he did a good job and did his job well in New England, and he played in a number of other places. I think he played with the Jets as well. Or no, not the Jets, the Texans. The Texans. So let's get into the article. It says DeAndre Holmes Wilfork, who is the son of former New England Patriots and Houston Texans defensive tackle Vince Wilfork, was arrested in May and charged with theft of property greater than $300,000. Damn. How much are those rings worth? Those rings, I mean, he got 2 Super Bowl rings. 2 Super Bowl rings. He must have gotten some other stuff, but if you're saying 2 Super Bowl rings are over $300,000 in value, I mean, but like, why? There has to, I would like to know what the relationship is between Vince Wilfork and DeAndre Holmes Wilfork, because I look at the name and he's got the hyphenated Wilfork on there. So this may be, is this a son, a true son, or is this a stepson? That's something that I think has to be looked into as well, because this is not typical of what I would expect, at least from my assumptions on how I would handle something like this. If I was a dad and my kid stole my Super Bowl rings and sold them, I mean, I would kind of be like, yeah, you know, I'm going to handle your ass, but I'm not about to necessarily let you go to jail over it, or I'm going to try my best to keep you from going to jail. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't, we don't know. But it says here, John Wayne Ferguson of the Galveston Daily News reported 2 Super Bowl rings the elder Wilfork won with the Patriots were included in items the 5-time Pro Bowler's son stole. Holmes Wilfork's bond was set at $300,000 after he was arrested by the Friendswood Police Department on May 22nd, although Ferguson noted he is no longer listed in custody at the jail. Well, I mean, shit, they paid that 10%, that 30 grand, damn. Wilfork noticed he was missing the jewelry in May 2020, but did not immediately report the items as stolen because he thought they may be in storage. However, a Patriots fan sent him a message when someone posted online about acquiring the rings. The person who said, what the hell is this? The person who said he had the rings told Wilfork he purchased them from Holmes Wilfork for $62,000. I mean, that's a chunk, but you had rings that was worth, and whatever other materials, he had rings that were worth over $300,000. So, I mean, he took a fucking L. He took an L to the fullest on this one. Says he also reported, okay, the rings were turned into police after Wilfork reported them stolen. He also reported he was missing 2 AFC championship rings, a college football championship ring. He won with the Miami Hurricanes, necklaces. Okay, there you go. Boom. That fills in all the valuables in terms of the monetary value. Says here, necklaces, bracelets, and earrings. So this cat basically stole his jewelry, all his shit. I mean, come on. Damn. I gotta find a picture of this cat. I gotta find out I'm sure that I can find that. It says Wilfork played for the Patriots from 2004 to 2014 and made all 5 of his Pro Bowls and won 2 championships during his time with the AFC East team. He played final 2 seasons of his career on the Texans in 2015 and 2016. Why do I keep thinking that Vince Wilfork played for the New York Jets? Am I off in that? Or was that another big defensive nose tackle? I can't remember. Anyways, this is crazy. This is crazy. I mean, this is wild mainly because it's his son. But you know, I honestly feel like I need to find out what this kid, like, what is his actual relation? Give me a second here. What is his actual, like, is he his, like, biological son? Can be. Like, biological son would never do that, right? I mean, unless he was addicted to crack or something. Holy crap. Okay, we got an article here from the Galveston. Huh. Okay, let's check this article here out. This is from the Galveston News. So this is in Houston. Galveston is in Houston, Texas, or that's in the Houston area. Huh. Let's see here. All right, so, police are sold after being stolen, including Super Bowl ring. 23. Yeah, I think that. Fuck that. So this article, I mean, I just breezed through it quietly here, and it's pretty much the same thing. But I guess what I'm trying to figure out is, like, I mean, this is the kid right here, right? So this is DeAndre Holmes Wilfork. I don't know. I mean, does this guy, does there seem to be a, let me see. They look alike, right? I mean, obviously Wilfork's a big motherfucker, but I'm looking at the eyes. I'm looking at the brows. I don't know. I don't know that this is his biological son, and that may have something to do with it. Let's see what else we got here. I think this is all just basic, like, rehash reporting here. So everything is just a rehash of what has already been reported. But again, I find this to just be really a bizarre story, because if it's your son, if this is like his son's son, and your kid steals all of your jewelry, there's got to be some problems there between them on a personal level. There must be a rift between them. Or, you know, maybe the kid has a substance abuse problem that he's hadn't been able to get under control. Or maybe he owes a lot of money to some motherfuckers and he had to get that paid. But he did sell off his rings for $62,000. And, I mean, that's kind of weird, because how do you expect that that's going to go if you steal your Super Bowl rings? If you steal those are items that literally are custom made for the player. His name's engraved on the inside, sized for his finger. Like, I would think that the guy who bought these from him would have checked the rings themselves immediately and seen that this was Vince Wilfork's rings. Okay, so who are you trying to sell these rings? Oh, you're his son. Okay, I guess he did. I guess he kind of did that. But you want to kind of verify, why are you bringing these things to me to try and sell them to me? If you're a jeweler, obviously. And these guys reported this to Vince Wilfork, who then reported his item stolen, because, you know, and I feel where he's coming from in that he didn't report it stolen immediately, because I've done the same kind of thing. I'm sure a lot of people have done that kind of thing where you didn't necessarily know where you put something that was valuable to you, but you kind of assume that it would pop up, that, you know, maybe you left it in a certain spot and you just kind of, it's fallen out of, you know, obvious sight. So now you just wait for it to pop back up. I'm pretty sure that's where he was in his mind. They'll pop up. But then when you get reached out to by a jeweler who says, yo, bro, got your rings. I got your rings over here. That's got to be like, it's got to be just a shocking thing, because you wouldn't expect your kid to do that. Now, again, just because it's his son doesn't mean that there's not, you know, big problems there, or there's not a disconnect there where there may be some animosity, there may be some tension. But it would take a lot, I would think, for your kid to want to like take your jewelry, all your jewelry, unless you've disowned him, which I think that is probably a more likely scenario than not, that maybe he disowned this cat and was like, look, you're not getting no more support from me financially. You know, we're not, you know, you might as well, you know, lose our number, whatever it may be. Could be a possibility. I'm speculating, so don't take any of this, you know, beyond a grain of salt. Definitely, there had to be a true, like, palpable level of animosity built up there between these two guys, to where, you know, you think that snatching all this stuff is the move to make. And now his kid's probably looking at some serious jail time.